I'm Emily Burnham, founder of Elevate with Emily, and today we're going to talk about the summer I turned pretty. I first want to start by saying the character in the series is only 16, right? Can we just note that somewhere on the wall, on your forehead, somewhere? She's only 16, okay? And the actor who plays her is 20. So we're talking about a 4-year age gap. This is the entire length that you go to high school. We're talking about the difference between graduating junior high and someone graduating high school. 4 years is a huge difference in development and emotional processing. There's a lot going on. You have all of these teens watching this show of this 16-year-old character who's really 20. She's a young adult. You know, you have these young teenagers relating to that character, and they're relating to someone who's actually much older than them, and they're in a completely different stage of life. They have different coping skills, different ways to process and handle emotion. They're a little bit more mature, and so you have this false comparison just right off the bat that's going on. The second thing I want to note goes back to she's only 16 and she has to figure out what guy she wants to be with for the rest of her life. Like, come on. It's like, oh, Conrad, we're gonna be together forever. Okay, you've had a little schoolgirl. I can't even say schoolgirl. You've had a little schoolgirl crush on Conrad. You haven't even dated around. You haven't dated different types of guys, been in any relationship. How are you gonna know what's healthy for you? And so, yeah, you just wanna be with him forever. Then you start to catch feelings for other guys, and it's just this drama of I have to know right now who I'm going to end up with for the rest of my life, and it's this big decision. And I also can't just be single, right? When you break up with Conrad, you have to go be with Cam, this like awkward in-between guy that you have a summer fling with. I don't know, like you can't just be okay being by yourself. You have to be with someone, and that right there is a little bit of codependency, that you are so uncomfortable being by yourself and with yourself that you're willing to throw yourself into any kind of relationship, even if it's not a healthy one. Not to say that her relationship with Cam wasn't healthy, but again, she moved so quickly with these guys. And then, of course, moving on to the other brother, Jeremiah, getting with him and kissing and all of that, and then, you know, changing her mind. Oh, actually, Conrad loves me again? Okay, I want to go back to be with him. I just see so much unnecessary hurt. If Bailey had a good parental figure, which obviously her parental figures were questionable, but even a mentor or even media to be an influence in her life that says, hey, you're 16, you still have 8 to 10 more years where your body's gonna change, your brain is gonna change, your chemical levels are gonna change. You're gonna be a different person. You're gonna have a different perspective in the next 5 to 10 years than you do now. You're not yet who you're going to be. And so it's okay that you don't know who you want to be with. It's okay that you don't know who you want to date. That's normal, right? You don't need to know who you're gonna be with for the rest of your life when you're 15 or 16 or even 18. And then it would have saved them all a lot of heartache, right? If she had slowed down, if she had taken it more slow with each of them and just said like, hey, I'm still figuring things out. I don't know what I want. I don't know what I like. But I do know I want good connection. I want good friends. And let's just take it real slow. Like, let's not feel this pressure to rush into anything, this pressure to know right away. Let's go against culture, right? Let's go against cultural trends to just jump head in and make things physical right off the bat, which actually ruins a lot of relationships, because there's an emotional aspect, an emotional connection, an intellectual connection, as well as a physical connection. And you need to be attracted to this person on many levels, right? Do they intellectually challenge you? Are you able to talk about anything and everything? Are your conversations stimulating? Do you guys emotionally get along well? Are you able to make each other, are you feeling good around each other? Do you often feel guilty around that person, or like insecure, right? Like, what are the emotional processes going on inside for you and going on inside for them? That's like super important to consider. But then if you rush right into the physical, then it's going to be changing the chemicals and the hormones in your body, and it's going to be throwing off the rest. And so you're not going to be able to assess. And that's what essentially dating is. It's not a place you arrive at like, oh, we're dating, like we're cool now, like that's it. Like, no, you don't want to stay dating. Dating is an evaluation stage. It's a process to evaluate how we are together, how we work together as a team, how we can help each other grow or feed off of each other to become, partners and best friends. And as you make that decision that yes, this is my person, then the physical aspect is a bonus. It's an add-on. It helps to keep that relationship going. But the emotional connection and the mental and intellectual, spiritual connection, it's all there. But if you jump into a relationship, physical connection first, that's going to mess with your emotional or intellectual bonding and connection. And it's going to dysregulate those other processes that need to happen. And so, yes, keeping sex for after marriage. I know some people, it's after they're engaged, whatever it is. It's not just a good moral, or it's not just a moral or religious thing. It's also backed up by research. It's also very healthy to take it slow physically. Research finds that couples who, 5, 10, 20 years into marriage that are happiest went slow on the physical aspect. They saved the most intimate parts of their physical connection until after marriage, until after they were fully committed to each other in every other way. So, long tangent, just to say that I really did not appreciate how the summer I turned pretty is promoting this idea that we need to jump into a serious relationship, that we need to be steady dating so early and know who we're going to be with for the rest of our lives at such a young age, and that we have to just jump into relationship until we find it. I think that being single is a very powerful way to figure out who we are, independent from anyone else. And as we learn who we are, we're going to know the kind of relationship we want for the rest of our lives, because we're going to know who we want to become and the kind of person that can help us get there. And vice versa, that person's going to know who they are and who they want in their life that can help them reach their full potential. And so together, you support each other and you work towards your individual and couple goals throughout the rest of your life. And it's very beautiful. And it takes a lot of work, and it's not something you have to know right away. And I feel like that message was just shoved down my throat. It's not okay to just be single. You have to be liking someone. You have to be dating. No, you do not. Just let yourself, your brain, your body develop naturally and normally. And if you aren't interested in dating until you're into your young or mid-adult years, that's okay. Don't let that pressure make you think there's something wrong with you, because there's not. That was my top critique for the summer I turned pretty. But overall, I do love some of the good messages of loyalty and friendship that it portrays. And I do love the mom's journey and her being able to recognize that she made mistakes and come to her kids and let them see her breakdown and apologize and see her grief. And that's what they needed. I feel like it is accurate that in today's world, parents put on this strong face. Oh, my kids can't see me weak. I have to be strong for them. I can't be this emotional wreck. And at times, they actually do need to see you be an emotional wreck, because they need to know you're human, that you experience hard emotions like they do, and that you struggle with them like they do. And as they see you feel your emotions and experience them and work through and process them, that's not only teaching them how to do the same, but it's also helping them to process and work through those emotions too. Thank you for watching my video. Please like, subscribe, and comment below on other TV shows or movies that you would like feedback on. I'll see you guys next time.